Okay, you got this idiot right here who's Big Nash, whatever the fuck his name is. He's a fucking liar, a lunatic shill. We know how to deal with these idiots. We've long discredited these false allegations, these smears claiming that Sandy hoax occurred. This happened 6 years ago when the battle went on, and all the fakes, all the fake statistics, all lies, all the bullshit was totally discredited. We whipped their ass. Now, I'm going to show y'all something here, just a little bit. Okay, yeah, Fairfield County population, Newtown, Connecticut, 1,972 residents, 1.84% decline. Right there. And if you notice the websites, these websites that take data, they collect a lot of data and then they present it, like Population Review and all these little websites. They show you what the actual real population is. The Census Bureau lists an estimate now because nobody fills out census forms. And back during Sandy hoax, the criminals that did it, but in a town of 2,000, that's what it originally was listed as. It was only 2,000. Even the media was saying it's only a town of 2,000 people. They changed the fake totals in the FBI fake crime data, but they got one thing right in the FBI crime data for 2012. No one died of a gunshot or any shooting in the motherfucking town because they didn't provide any information. But that information was provided them by the U.S. Census Bureau because the Jews, Berisho Toro, the illegal alien terrorist Zog fuckmouth regime that staged the PSYOP shooting hoax and many others, and of course is still going on, like Las Vegas hoax, Parkland hoax. Let me explain this to you. You are not educated, you are not intelligent, little boy, and you do not get away with lies and insane delusions on my watch. Many of these websites still contain the direct reporting data. Now, as we all know, U.S. Census Bureau, hardly anybody fills the thing out. Let's say it's 3 times what's reported. That's only about 6,000 people. And that's a town, but also it's a very large area. We've looked all over it through Google Maps. There's not a lot of suburbs. There's not a lot of people living in the area. If you take a 20 square mile area right there, let's just say 10, there's a lot of rural property everywhere. And we've talked to people in and around Newtown and in and around and lived in the area decade, 5 years, 20 years before the shooting hoax occurred there. Very sparsely populated, perfect place to get away with the shooting hoax. And by the way, you can get away with a shooting hoax in Broward County. Very heavy populated. It means nothing. Once again, liars like a fool, the terrorist, the Jew, Big Fish, who's a dumb shill who clearly doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, can't do a simple Google search. Can't do a fucking simple Google search. Can't do a simple Google search. And yes, and this is kind of the subterfuge, estimate. And they claim, oh, the census is April 1st, 2010. Yes, that's an estimate. Most people don't fill out the census. I've never filled it out. They estimate it. They make it up. Meanwhile, based on real reporting, the little bit they can get, and that's from property owners, people that are registered as employment and using the actual correct algorithms, the town only has about 2,000 people. And if you look at Newtown, okay, it's a very small, tiny little piece of shit. Now, the Sandy hoax event occurred at Sandy Hoax, which is down a country road, all the way tucked up in the woods behind next to a Hiram Abiff Lodge, with a fake crooked ass fire department up the street. That's it. A small borough, 65 miles northeast. Yes, very interesting. And they talk about Aurora. Of course, the Aurora shooting hoax, 31,000. Columbine, 23,000. You can stage a shooting hoax there. Of course, those are fake statistics. No one really knows. But the point is, they're sitting there talking, it's happening. Well, where's the statistics on this fake thing? Of course, these are fake statistics. Except for one thing, Social Explorer. And this is people talking about the shooting hoax. This happened and that happened. This was posted on Friday, December 14th, 2012. This little little fucking blurb. Oh, oh, of the 1,998 residents, there were 246 children. Actually, it's probably less than that, because we know about 20 of them didn't fucking exist. So, once again, I have discredited you and pointed out how fake government statistics, of course, the damn unemployment rate's fake. We know that. Thank you, Shannon Stats. By the way, you're way off. It's a hell of a lot worse than that. Of course, many great economists pointed out how the fake Bureau of Labor Statistics and the imaginary job creation index created by Lyndon Baines Johnson that only created 20,000 imaginary jobs, the birth death model. It assumes that for every person that loses their job, or every business that goes out of business, that a job is created for it, but it's just made up. In reality, if 30,000 people are laid off because the business went out of business, that's 30,000 negative jobs. It was working during this period of time, still is, 10 times over its historical rate. But despite that, not one month was there even a total number of jobs that under a previous administration that would keep the unemployment rate from going up, because you have to create 300,000 jobs every month to keep it from going up. That's just to keep it level. Of course, with all the illegal aliens pouring in, all the increase in false genocidal invasory immigration, they call it immigration, invasion, terrorism, human sex trafficking, all that. Thanks Clinton, thanks Bush, and then Mary, and then fucking Trump, all the people. Same shit going on for decades. But the point is, and of course continuing back further, so they can get away with it. Newtown is a small town. It still is. It does not have more than 2,000 people in it. Those are fake stats. But you can't figure that out because you too retarded. Too stupid. The U.S. Census Bureau. The U.S. Census Bureau can go bite a dick. I've been through towns my entire life. I've been driving my entire life. I know how to look at a map. That little fucking hole in the wall does not have 20 motherfucking thousand people in it. Okay? It doesn't have 20,000 at all. In the surrounding countryside, maybe 5 miles away, I'd give it 10 at max. Okay? Just in certain areas, really. In reality, no, because the big cities in Connecticut have most of the population there, Sandy Hook's in its general area, okay? The general area. That would be right here. Oh, requires Adobe Flash Player. I'm not getting that. Okay. You have Newtown, you have Census Tract 203, Connect, all this, the entire area. You have Newtown, the town, right here. No more than 2,000 people in this little surrounding area. None. Going out, of course, you would continue to gather more people. You understand. But the point is that Newtown, Connecticut is a very small, tiny little town. It is not a large town. And the place they shoved the PSYOP hoax is even more out of the way. It's not Sandy Hook's is not in Newtown. It is down the road from it. Once again, learn to fucking read. Learn to grow up and live in the real world. It was a hoax. No one died. No one got hurt. No evidence, fucker. I have thoroughly discredited all of your lies. When they immediately decide, hey, we have to make it a felony offense if anybody talks about or tries to release any evidence or death photos or anything, and it don't never have to be showed ever again. We don't have to provide any public information, because it's really hard to fake a death photo. The people that murdered JFK found that out when they made his fucking the gigantic exit wound in the back of his head into an entry wound. There's two different photos. One shows an entry in the back, and the other one shows an exit. And they actually brought that shit before the House Committee on Assassination. That was really funny. Anyway, the point is, you're an idiot. So I just totally blew your fucking doors off, and you can't deal with it. Oh, but the government data is always correct. Okay, see, this is how this works. The FBI report 2012. Okay, the FBI report 2012 says no one died of murder or manslaughter in Sandy Hook. There are 22 in Bridgeport. 22 motherfuckers. Still not more than people that died in Sandy Hooks. 23. 23. 17. Holy shit. 17. 0 people died in Sandy Hook. 0 people died at Sandy Hook. 0 people died in Newtown, Connecticut from murder and manslaughter. 0. Why? Because there are no real birth certificates. There are no real death certificates. You have to provide other information too. They did not provide any of that because they don't have any of that to provide to the FBI. The FBI who ran the shooting hoax with DHS. CIA, Mossad, the whole fucking thing. And this is actually a fake number because this is based on the U.S. Census estimate data. Just an estimate that nobody fucking agrees with. In fact, people actually live in the town, unlike you, coming on time saying, and I heard it, everybody else heard it. There ain't, that's 10 times what the real size of Newtown is. Like, there ain't no way there's that many people in this small little area. That's just one depth of the subterfuge and the lies we've had to go through. And I remember the shilling that went on, and us absolutely slapping the fuck out of these people with actual residents that had lived there, been around there, driven through there, been in and around the area, and listened to enough of it. And even people like that one dude who was filming around, showing the school. It's all there. This is laughable dishonesty. Trying to pump up the numbers of an extraordinarily small town of only 2,000 people to try to claim that there was a lot of people around there. That ain't even a lot of people. Okay? It's really competing with Groton Long Point for least amount of people. All right? And North Branford, but it's far less than them. Newtown is a small town, and even right now, but especially 2012, 2,000 people in the damn thing. And it wasn't in the fucking town. It was down the road from the town where Sandy Hook is. Now, haven't you looked at the fucking map? What, you can't look at a map? Freaking idiots. I'm so sick and tired of dumb people. I swear to God. I swear to God. I just tell lies to myself. My name's Big Head or whatever the fuck his name is. I just keep inventing lies in my feeble mind. My feeble little mind. Oh, it's Big Nash. Big Nash's feeble little mind thinks Lanza can wear fingerless non-tip gloves and have his fucking finger ends, sticking out of him and not leave any fingerprints on any fucking thing. But they got FBI's bitch. See, what happens when your fingerprints and your DNA doesn't exist, it doesn't get found. Just like Lanza, just like Adam. But they supposedly took a sample, this is what they claim they did, of Adam and Nancy to provide as the backer to see if it matched. But no DNA in the house, no fingerprints in the house, no DNA, no fingerprints in the vehicle, in the school, on the weapons. Only FBI bitch. A couple other little spooks. Once again, kiss my ass. Later.